Welcome to podcasting.
For you new neighbors, don't be alarmed, we're Negroes.
Two guys and a mic.
What's happening, world? You all are not ready.
A little bit of sports, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of seriousness, and you got two guys and a mic. ESPN Page 2, senior writer LZ Granderson, thanks for joining.
Hey, thanks guys for having me. You know, the idea that, friendships are two-way streets, and just as you want what's best for your friends should want what's best for you. Right. That's true. But you're making a very, as I said in my column, you're making a very intelligent and logical decision in a problem that's rooted in the heart.
Two guys and a mic.
If you were driving under the influence, they need to snatch your ass off the road. I don't want you running into me, killing me, or killing my family.
And that rant was brought to you by
I got to say one thing. I'll tell you what, man, love the show. Really cool show. I'll definitely tune in again.
That's two guys and a mic. Every
Wednesday, February 4th, 2009, Body Blow number 85, the boxing show that goes toe-to-toe on whatyourtalkingabout.com. Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Body Blow, and you're checking out Body Blow number 85, the boxing show that goes toe-to-toe. And as always, the show is hosted by yours truly, Lance Williams. The show is coming out on Wednesday because of the post-Super Bowl euphoria. I was a little bit exhausted, and I'm still coming off of a natural high of the Pittsburgh Steelers winning the Super Bowl, so I want to apologize for the show coming out a day late. As always, if you want to participate in the show, you can hit us on the boards at whatyourtalkingabout.com. Hit the forums tab, which is under the pages section on the website, and register if you're not registered. And if you're a member of the boards, chime in and give your thoughts on Arce versus Darchinyan. And we're going to be breaking down that outstanding fight. We're going to be breaking it down on the program. Also, if we've got some MMA fans out there, want to get your thoughts on the MMA boards on the big fight last week between George St. Pierre and BJ Penn. I know we have some MMA fans who check out this show. Also want to give a big shout out to all the guys on diamondboxing.com and a big shout out to everybody who's checking out the program on YouTube. You can get excerpts and snippets of the show on YouTube. So I want to thank everybody on YouTube again who's checking out the program there. And if you are a YouTube listener, you can get the program on iTunes. You can get it from diamondboxing.com, or you can get it on the website. In the opening monologue, I again want to address the situation with Antonio Margarito. And since his dominant defeat against, or I should say resounding defeat against Sugar Shane Mosley, his trainer as well as Margarito have been temporarily suspended pending the results of the California Athletic Commission's investigation on the fact of him using an illegal substance to load his gloves. And it's been reported, and if you're not familiar with the story, that there was plaster of Paris inside of his gloves. Plaster of Paris, of course, when it hardens, it will form into a substance like cement, and essentially the result will be a loaded glove. And we all know that if you hit someone with a loaded glove, the type of damage that it could cause. And it was pretty funny that Sugar Shane Mosley, when asked about it, he said, well, I wasn't getting hit anyway, so, it really didn't matter to me. Now, I think he took that tact or that position concerning the issue because he's a fellow fighter. And in fact, in the interview with Brian Kinney of ESPN, he said that he thought that of the two that the trainer should get suspended as opposed to the fighter, because the fighter is just doing his job. He's getting his hands wrapped and he's just fighting. And more of it is on the trainer because the trainer knows exactly what they're doing in that situation. Now, I would like to respectfully disagree with Sugar Shane Mosley. I understand he is trying to not throw a fellow California fighter under the bus. But when you put allegedly plaster of Paris in your gloves to create essentially a brick and you try to hit people with it, my issue is that you should probably be suspended for life. I mean, that's murder. I mean, this isn't Twiddlywinks. We're talking about boxing. He's trying to hit somebody with his fists. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous if he actually went into that fight knowing that his gloves were loaded. Not only should he be suspended if that's the case, he should be put in prison. Because even in the sport of boxing, you're trying to knock somebody out, and that's understood and that's accepted, but you're not trying to kill a person. And when you put cement, aka plaster of Paris, in your gloves, you've taken it beyond a sport. You are literally trying to kill a person. And you can't have that. So if he is found guilty again, and the last thing I'll say on it is, I think he should be suspended, and I think he should be criminally investigated.
Welcome to WhatYouTalkingAbout.com, the internet's leading place for sports and entertainment podcasts. If you have a show and would like to join the network, or if you'd like to advertise on the site, contact Lance Williams at lance@WhatYouTalkingAbout.com. Welcome to WhatYouTalkingAbout.com, the internet's leading place for sports and entertainment podcasts. If you have a show and would like to join the network, or if you'd like to advertise on the site, contact Lance Williams at lance@WhatYouTalkingAbout.com.
Even if Margarito is found to have done nothing illegal in this fight, why would you fight him anyway? I mean, the only fight out there for him, in my opinion, is Miguel Cotto. I mean, if you're Manny Pacquiao, you're not going to fight him. If you're Ricky Hatton, you're not going to fight him. If you're Floyd Mayweather Jr., you're not going to fight him. So there aren't many big fights that he has left. He can't beat Joshua Clottey because Joshua Clottey has the ability to do the same thing that Mosley did. And that secret has been opened up from Pandora's box. So he can't beat Clottey. He can't beat Williams. In some respects, I think this might be it for Antonio Margarito. Because when you fight that physically and you get beat in the way he did, and he's been fighting forever, first of all, people have found out that if you have some physical strength, that if you can tie him up, take the shot, stand in the pocket, and get off with hand speed, until he changes, adapts, or shows that he can deal with that, if you're a fighter with size that can do that, that's what you're going to do. I don't think that Margarito has much left in the tank. I think it's done. His aura of invincibility is gone. I think that chin has been cracked, and I think it's just done for Margarito. Plus, I think any result, regardless of the results of the investigation that he has, will be questioned. And I think for a brave warrior like Margarito, I think people doubting his accomplishments will weigh on him physically and mentally, and I don't think he'll be the same fighter. Before we jump into the breakdown of Arce versus Darchinyan, I want to briefly comment on the Juan Urango bout against Herman Ngojo. And Juan Urango isn't the most talented boxer in the world. If you want to hear the rest of the program, go to the website, www.whatchatalkingabout.com, and that's spelled WHATTALKINBOUT.com, and download the program, or if you want to subscribe, please subscribe via iTunes.